Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show. Our top stories today: the new unemployment payout has been introduced.
We'll also be talking about a robot who got hired for a job in Dubai.
This is big news. The MTV show Love at First Sight, Love at First Light has been started, and a Dubai couple is starring in it.
Ooh, and we'll also be talking about the viral dance group Quick Style, who has been killing it in Dubai.
We have so much going on today. We also have the weekend hot list because, of course, it's Friday and there's so much cool stuff happening this weekend.
And we have the Michelin star and master chef of the Demon the Demon Chef, aka
Avin Lug is in studio today. We are so excited. He's going to be with us at 8:50, so stay tuned for that. But of course, our top story today, I want to jump right in because I feel like this is a story everyone is tuning in for. The UAE has launched a new unemployment payout scheme. It's an insurance scheme. So if you're unemployed, if you've become unemployed, this will be your safety net. Super duper important. It's an amazing scheme. So on October 11th, the Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratisation, they announced the unemployment insurance scheme. It's for government and private sector employees. So private sector employees, this also applies to you. The ministry said this is a social security scheme. It ensures the sustainability of a decent life for Emiratis and resident employees during their unemployment period, while also reducing business risks. Moreover, the scheme mentions that the insured receives a cash amount for a specific period of time. You become unemployed, you'll get a cash amount for a specific period of time. This applies only if you lose your job, and it ends when you find another employment opportunity. It's also got a specific period of time.
So here are some key highlights. The compensation will be paid monthly. Additionally, the compensation calculated at 60% of the employee subscription salary. It is also subject to a maximum of 20,000 dirhams per month, and the period lasts no more than 3 months from the date of unemployment. Furthermore, the insured person's employment record should be at a minimum of 12 consecutive months.
Okay, so you don't just get a job, lose it and get paid. You need to be working for 12 months. Makes sense. The law applies to all employees in the federal government sector and private sector, as we've said. However, there are some exempt from this. So the people exempt are domestic helpers, part-time employees, juveniles, so people under the age of 18, and lastly, retirees who receive a retirement pension and joined a new job. So if you're already on the retirement pension, then you go back into a new job, you can't get this unemployment scheme. But basically, we've been through a lot of job losses, in the last couple of years. Obviously, the pandemic was such a confused time for so many people in terms of jobs, and this is just music to the ears of anyone in shaky employment or any employment at all, because it doesn't matter where you are, you could lose your job. This is a safety bracket introduced by the government, and it's just been put into place. It's amazing.
Exactly. Just as you said, so this comes as such a safety net for everyone, like knowing you have something to fall back on, and the fact that they made this accessible for both like public and private sector employees, that's amazing.
True, because sometimes we have some comments of people being like, it's not for residents, even though it's introduced for citizens of the country, not residents. But in this case, it's public and private sectors across the board, with some exemptions. Now, it is on the Lovin Dubai Instagram, Lovin Dubai website. There's a full article with all details. Obviously, we didn't have time to run through everything. So if you want to check it out, it was written by Mayar, and it's on Lovin Abu Dhabi and Lovin Dubai websites.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, that fear is always there, right? Like when you work, that do you have the job security? When and if you lose your job, what is the what is plan B? Do you have
savings?
Exactly.
And this is a little bit of help. Speaking of someone who doesn't need to think of these problems.
So she has no problems in life, and I just hope this story, doesn't give way to like a robot world domination.
Have you seen iRobot? Because
Okay.
it's happening in Dubai.
It's happening in Dubai. It started. So a robot has been given a job in this city. So Amika, that's the new name that you should remember as you go into the future, because she is surely a sight to witness. The Museum of the Future has just hired the world's most advanced artificial intelligence-powered humanoid robot and manufactured by Engineered Arts. The they describe
Amica.
Amica as the world's most advanced human-shaped robot, representing the forefront of human robotics technology. And Amica can make facial expressions, interact with visitors, and even crack you up with her sense of humor.
Her sense of humor, her sass, her wit. So it turns out you can teach banter because she is just like roasting people who have met her. Hired is a really interesting word. They have hired her. So she is a robot, has a job at the Museum of the Future, which is just phenomenal. Now, if you're watching on Instagram, you guys are behind the scenes, so you can't see all of the nice visuals we have on the rest of our platforms. However, if you've seen iRobot with Will Smith, that's the level of detail, like profound human detail that is in Amica. She's not your regular robot. This is the proof. You can find her at Museum of the Future, the Tomorrow Today exhibition, a project that explores the contrasting ways in which technology can contribute to solving societal and environmental changes and challenges. It features more than 50 exhibits, including prototypes and current products focusing on 5 areas: waste management, environment, food security, agriculture, and city planning. We're also seeing a lot of future talks happening down at the Museum of the Future at the moment, which are mind-blowing in terms of what they're saying could happen in the future. But all we're really focusing on is Amica and her sass, because she's roasting people left, right, and center. I cannot get enough of it. She's hilarious.
Like, Amica, honestly, I have a bone to pick with you. You know? Like, you've just entered the human world. Let's keep it positive. You know what I mean?
Simran's jealous of a robot.
But her shade is so good.
Her shade is so good.
So good. Yeah.
What's she been saying to people? Like, but now, hold on. So we might have shared the story, but because she was sassy, we definitely shared the story, you know? What's she been saying?
So the one thing that's going pretty viral on our platform right now is what we shared yesterday of like this of the robot meeting a human, and she's like, I'll tell you, I've written down the exact words. Okay.
Amica would know.
So she's
like,
like,
to write it down.
Wow, are you comparing my capabilities to that of a robot? Would you prefer doing this show with a robot who you would have no personal connect with?
She's funny.
So she was like, I am worried about you, to the man. And the man is like, why are you worried about me? And she's like, because it does not make logical sense that you would wear sunglasses inside. Let the man do what he wants.
Worry is a feeling.
So she feels
How is she feeling? She's worried about him. How smart is that? To look at someone and to be able to pull out the fact that they're wearing sunglasses indoors and tell them that they're worried about them. She's been in Dubai for too long at this point.
Just one day in Dubai,
one day and she's ready.
To you.
Wow.
Dang.
Okay, well, check it out on Instagram. She is a sassy robot and she's here to stay. And also, not only is she sassy, she's also literally the most advanced humanoid robot in the world, and she's in Dubai right now.
And clearly, Casey would prefer doing this show with her. So, Museum of the Future, if you guys are watching,
she has a job already. She's been hired. A robot has been hired to do a job.
But that's the thing about robots; they can manufacture more of them. You know?
Exactly.
Unlike us, there's only one of us. We cannot be replaced. That's the beauty and novelty of humans. Robots can be replicated. We cannot.
We do not. So you're sassy enough for me. Okay, let's jump into the next story. A Dubai couple will star in MTV's Love at First Lie. Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. If you have TikTok in Dubai, you're sure to have seen Annabelle Newman and her fiance Joe's, their skits. Her account has racked up over 8 million likes. She has over 250,000 followers. And you basically see their pranks. She shows some fashion content and also just their lives. But it's just been revealed that the pair will star in MTV's Love at First Lie, which is a cool show.
Love that.
I knew you would.
I have nothing to say, nothing to ask. So, how does the show work? Hosted by Beverly Hills 90210, Alam Tori. Spelling Love at First Lie is a relationship mystery competition that aims to spot the fakes. And relationships are put to the test, and the twist, some are lovers, some are liars.
And every week, relationships are tested, and it's a weekly voting game. So the prize money goes, it's going to be a big prize pot. So there is cash on the line. Now, this couple, like, I cannot wait to see them. It's annoying knowing that they're a couple, because you love going into these shows, because in general with these shows, it's kind of blind for the audience. You don't know who's a couple. So we know that they're a couple already. So we know it's real.
Yeah.
They've been together for 7 years. They're engaged. But we know that they're going to be trying to spot the fakes. But it'll be really interesting to see what other people's perception is of them, because people will be potentially questioning their relationship and potentially putting their relationship under the spotlight, which will be fun for us to know. Like, we know they're together. So if they get questions wrong, or if it could be fun.
But these kind of scenarios, right? You're put in a specific scenario where some of it is scripted, some of it is not, but you're in that situation, and a lot can come out of it. Even if you're rock solid, your relationship is, you just question a lot of stuff, because it just, you're put in that environment. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think any time we speak to people who've done reality shows, they'll always say, remember we had fitness coach Frankie from that amazing Married at First Sight on the UK show, which I love. They literally put couples together. They have to get married. But his reaction to how the producers treated him was just he was not happy. He was quite traumatized after it, because he was made to look like the bad guy. And you don't know going into the show. You could be nice as pie, or you could be, you could have, some questionable, I don't know, you can have different types of behavior, but they shine a spotlight on it. They nearly pick you apart. They'll put words into your ears. Who knows? But this is MTV. MTV is, oh no, they do Geordie Shore, don't they? Jersey Shore, Geordie Shore, the best TV shows ever. I was going to say MTV is safe in terms of reality show, but no reality show is safe.
I feel like for TRPs, a lot can be manipulated and crafted. Like TRP is like, for the ratings and for the viewership. The full form of TRP?
I've never heard that before. I don't know.
Google it. Oh my God.
or you could just tell me.
I don't know the full form. But tell me, Kate.
TRPs. Income tax department. Target rating point.
Yeah.
A metric used in marketing and advertising to compare audience impressions.
You tell me, Casey, you love reality TV shows?
I love reality TV shows. I think they're so, like, if you look at my Netflix watch list, it's all mindless TV, because you can skim in and out. You don't have to give it your full attention. You can be half on your phone, half on the TV. I just like it.
Yeah, you're a big fan. I think you've watched all of them.
All of them. All of them.
Would you star in one?
No.
Why? You don't even know the content.
Because I watch enough of them to know that they're not for me.
Nothing. Like, even if it was like the real presenters of Dubai, or the real journalists of Dubai, or the real blondes of Dubai.
I never say never. Give me a nice little wedge of cash, no problem. No, I never say never. And if the right opportunity was there, why not? But I don't think I wouldn't be a personal life thing, for sure.
It wouldn't be, but reality TV would somewhat.
No, but if it's based on your career in some way, maybe. Would you do it?
Yeah, it really depends. Like, we do a survival show.
Oh yeah.
Like, you're put in the forest or in the jungle, and you just have to survive.
I do one that sends me to a nice island.
I think you would do that, and I think you would ace it.
I think you would ace this one.
This one?
Let's move on to our next story. We're talking all about a dance group that's killing it in Dubai. Speaking of viral. Speaking of TRPs.
Speaking of TRPs, the viral dance group Quick Style has been killing it in Dubai. So Sulaiman Malik, Bilal Malik and Nasser Sirikhan and other members of the viral and diverse Norwegian dance group are currently in Dubai for their concert tonight, and the squad have fans following their every move, and we are definitely one of them. And the crew of boys hit fame after performing to a medley of Bollywood songs back in June this year for a wedding, and the viewers were once again obsessed with the ethnically diverse crew after their viral Kala Chashma routine went viral.
So there's the viral wedding video. They were also on, I think, where was Got Talent? They were on a talent show, and then this went viral. So the first viral wedding energy and finesse-packed performance bagged around 80 million views on YouTube alone. Everyone has seen it. They've become something of a pop culture phenomenon, and the quick style has thousands of people absolutely addicted to their eclectic dance style. You can see them in front of the Burj Khalifa. You can see them in the desert. And for some reason, I never get bored of these videos. Doesn't matter who comes to town, who does something slick, like it's still racking up those views. They're still getting the internet TRPs.
They just have a new word for you.
I'm not using it in the right context. I'm just throwing it in for fun.
Why not?
Why not?
But if you've seen their videos, it's so slick. The way they just come together, they're so synchronized. It's incredible. Like, you just want to keep watching them because it's so visually and aesthetically pleasing. It's incredible.
Speaking of fun, speaking of cool things going on, guys, it's the weekend hot list. Everything cool going on this weekend. It's with Annika. She's going to be with you right after this. And then we have the Demon Chef, so stay tuned.
Hello folks, this is Anika Ellis Baby, your weekend girl, and these next 2 days have so much in store for you, so let's get down to it. First things first, ladies, get checked. It's October, which means Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the infamous Pink Caravan is taking its mobile medical clinic across the nation. So use this opportunity to go get free screenings and consultations with the experts. Tomorrow, they will be at 3 different locations: La Mer, Dubai Frame, and the Mamzar Park between 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. So go get a checkup. My next event is for those of you looking to learn a new skill. You need to head down to City Center Mirdif because they are holding a cool lineup of workshops until next weekend. Makeup, cake decorating, skincare, candle making, fashion styling, bath bomb making. There are so many cool workshops to attend. All you need to do is fill out a form to register. You can find the link on the weekend hot list. Make sure you register soon because these slots are being snapped up left, right, and center. Now, my prediction for this weekend is that you are going to meet the love of your life. Everybody's favorite animal shelter, the Stray Dog Center, is back with a double adoption weekend. Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Pet Shop Megastore in Dubai Investment Park. That's right, folks. DIP1 is the place where you shall encounter true love this weekend. Just make sure you fill out the approval form in advance. That's my top 3 for this weekend, but I have a lot more cool stuff listed on the Lovin Dubai website, so head on there and check out the weekend hot list. As always, if I have missed something, do let me know because this is Dubai and over here, there's always something for everyone. That's it from me. Bye-bye.
Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show. Nothing beats a cooking show than one who can tell it like it is. And today we are graced by the presence of the most notorious upfront judges in culinary television, also chef at Demon Duck in Dubai. Welcome to the show, Alvin Lung, aka the Demon Chef. Woo!
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Is it morning here?
It
I've been
is.
traveling so much, I don't even know it's morning or night. So, good morning.
Fabulous to have you.
It can be whatever you want it to be, honestly. But question, so we've been to the Demon Duck, love the food, love the drinks, and you have this popular duck drink, which is blue. So has the drink's color been inspired by your hair, or your hair's been inspired by the drink?
Which came first?
I do not know. It's like a chicken and egg thing. So, I think the color blue came before me.
Oh.
I want to take credit for blue, but I can't.
Your favorite
the
color?
The sky is blue. Okay, so give the credit to the sky.
It's beautiful. We like the style. We love the style. Tell us about the name. For people who do not know, when did the Demon Chef come along?
Oh, Demon Chef came along, quite a long time ago, okay? And it's actually self-named. And I call myself the Demon Chef because people were calling me, of course in Asia, they love to, God of gambling, God of cooking, and, God this, God this. And I, really, okay, unlike, the comics or whatever, Thor, I don't want to be God. I think it's very boring. So I want to go the exact opposite, and I call myself the Demon Chef. Now, it's not in a sinister way. I'm not evil, okay? But demon in Greek, or daemon, means something playful, playful, and it's a playful spirit. So that's exactly what I am. I'm playful, and I'm a spirit. Sometimes spiritual, even.
On first glance, the Demon Chef, are going to assume that you're going to be, throwing out the insults like these chefs on TV do, People would be scared on first glance.
These chefs on TV, they throw insults?
for the ratings,
No, I'm very real. I'm very real. I try to be very, very real, even when I'm on television. Like now, I'm trying to be as real as I can. I'm not trying to pretend to be anybody. I am somewhat. Chefs are perfectionists. Okay, so we sometimes, we are driven by perfection. We're driven, and a lot of times we are, we are energized, and then we begin to get angry if things do not go our way, or things are just not going perfect. But but the most important thing is to forget everything afterwards, because people will change, except chefs.
Interesting. So, sounds like you're pretty much on the ground with your, fellow chefs and sous chefs.
Demons are not on the ground; they're actually underground. But
you're underground. Okay, so you're underground with your sous chefs. But how are you as a boss? Because we see on TV how they are. Get this right here. You miss the salt, all of that. Are you that kind of hyper, or you're chill? What's your vibe?
I think it depends. I am hyper, but because I demand things from people. Okay, if you work with me, then there's a certain demand that I have for you. Okay, and I just demand that you put in maximum effort. Okay, so as long as I think you put your maximum effort in, I'm okay with that. But if I see that you're goofing off, or you're doing something half-heartedly, then I do get a bit excited.
It's interesting though, because we always say everyone be like, I worked harder than the kids these days are working. Do you think there was more pressure on you in the kitchen back 20 years ago than there are in people coming up in the chefing industry now?
Yeah.
Are you my father? This has gone on. I've worked harder than the kids. This has gone on for, I don't know, probably 100 generations. Okay, because I think things are easier. Okay, especially in the recent couple of decades with technologies, with social media, informations are easier to gather. So it's made it quite easier for people or aspiring chef or cook coming into the industry, because they have access to a lot of things. I did not go to a Michelin star restaurant until I was 40 years old. Okay, so I have seen people or kids coming into my restaurant that are probably, no more than 10. So I think, they do have it. I don't think they have it easy, okay? But I think they have a lot of information. It's now easier basically to get things, to experience. Okay, and that is, and I think the world is, it's going towards this. And I guess 20 years from now, when my kids will be talking to their kids, they would probably say the same thing. So it's not a trend. It's something that it's something that exists. So I would not say that things are easier on the next generation or the present generation, because even generations are getting shorter now. I mean, you're going to expect, you're going to get generation gaps, within your own generation, because technology is just bringing things quickly so fast. And I think there'll be a lot of pressure, okay, on the new generation or the new kids, because they will be, they'll be forced to change very quickly, which means that I think mentally, okay, that will put a lot of pressure. So I don't actually envy them.
But you were self-taught.
Yes.
And you have 2 Michelin stars.
I had 3, but I lost 1.
Well, even so, absolutely phenomenal.
But I have 2 now. Yes.
Peak of the industry.
Well,
So chefs coming up.
Yes.
Do you still believe people self-taught can reach the level that you have, or do you think that they need to be going into cooking schools?
I was self-taught, and that's I couldn't change that. If I was to go back in time, would I go to culinary school? Would I look? I mean, things come together at its nature. You don't want to change anything. I don't recommend that they don't go to culinary school. You never deny anybody knowledge and education. Never do that, okay? Because that is always good. The thing is how you interpret it, and how you use it, okay, in a creative way, or you can follow it to the T. It's up to you. I think there are demands for classic food, and there's demands for innovative food. So follow what is natural for you. That's what I tell them.
Wow, well said on that. So we all know that Demon Duck is such a high in demand restaurant. It's in Caesar's Palace, Blue Waters Island. So I want to ask about that, right? I want to ask something about that.
Can you be a little bit more specific?
So you guys have done a lot of things right in that restaurant. So what do you feel like from your side you guys have done right? And what's your
favorite dish?
What's your favorite dish? And what do restaurants get wrong? Like these really high-end restaurants, sometimes it doesn't stick with the crowd. People go in, it's expensive, you pay for the ambience, you pay for all of that, but the food, it doesn't really stick with you. But what do you feel like chefs do wrong when they try to make it high-end?
Chewing gum is always good because it sticks to you.
There you go.
I can tell you, that was such a long question. I think I've forgotten the front part of it.
Okay.
But never mind.
Basic gist, what do you feel like?
I think if I can summarize on the statement that you made, what constitute let's say a good restaurant? What can you go wrong? Is it about the food? Is it about the ambience? Is it about the price? Is it about, how much media, you put the thing through? Or is it a Michelin star? Is it on a list, I would say all these matter because there will be people who would, go to a restaurant for these reasons. Some people love the food. Some people just like to have new experience. So they will hop from restaurant to restaurant to restaurant. So you must have some of that. Okay, I think the best restaurant is that one for me that would cater for everyone because then your exposure, that makes your audience a lot larger. Okay, so you make yourself, if you have a very small restaurant and you're very, very, let's say, expensive, then obviously not everybody can afford to go or want to go. So I think basically you want to cover everything. But then if you cover everything, and there's an expression, okay, know all, but you be expert of none, okay? And sometimes, you need to now bring in your niche or bring in your expertise and try to get a balance. So at the end of the day, balance is very important. I think I answered that, but that can apply to everything.
Balance.
Good. Balance is good, If there's no balance, okay, this our universe will fall apart. just like that movie from Marvel, that big guy with the big
Thor.
hands.
Now we're on our level.
What's the guy called? I forgot his name. Thanos. Thanos, yes.
That's right. You remember all these things and you forget, what question to ask me. Too early in the morning, that's why.
Do you bring any, let's say, for example, you mentioned action movies. Do you bring in any unusual influences into your cooking, or how do you continue to find inspiration?
Well, I always find inspirations by
From
just
where?
not sleeping. That always helps.
Really?
Coffee, okay?
Oh.
Okay.
How many hours a night do you sleep?
Very little, very little. I would say less than 3.
Wow.
That's amazing because you have no dark circles.
I'm wearing glasses. How can you see?
I mean, they're transparent. I guess.
I think, I'm always hyperactive. I always want to try new things. So, a lot of times I enjoy the process of creating something new. I enjoy the process of, let's say, taking something that is old and reusing it. Okay, I mean, a lot of time it's a matter of just reusing. Okay? And cooking is the same thing. You're not doing anything new. Taste, sweet, sour, bitter, hot, salty, umami. That hasn't changed. Okay, and textures from food hasn't changed. You have your vegetables, you have your carbohydrates, you have your protein. None of these have changed since the beginning of time. Okay, so we are still recycling these elements to provide new experience, okay? So a lot of time now we incorporate visual, okay? So we got to make things very visual, okay? And also, we're also using sound, okay? I mean, there's a dinner I'll be doing where I incorporate, I'm working with a recording artist, okay, and trying to create some sort of experience, what you call it, crossover or whatever, okay. So just new, I want to, as I say, how do you reinvent? How do you invent? I guess sometimes your bigger library you have to draw from, which are these are called inspirations, knowledge, whatever. The more you can create.
Speaking of, by the way, because you've made it sound very simple, to be honest, which it of course is not, but there are these kind of like strange food trends that go viral, and we want to get the Demon Chef's reaction to these viral food trends. What we're going to do is we're going to show you a food trend up here, and we want to know what you think. So right here, you're looking at a watermelon and mustard situation.
He needs a haircut.
So does our boss. A watermelon and mustard situation.
That's not mustard. That's French mustard. First of all, that is the worst mustard. You should put that on your hot dog. He can use a better mustard, the Dijon, English mustard. That mustard is just sour, kind of like a sour. And he's showing that French mustard. That's a French brand. That's not even French mustard. Use a better mustard. Get a haircut. And
you have been told. Okay, next
Cutthroat.
up is the viral butterboard trend. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't. I'm I'm a dinosaur when it comes to these things. So what is this one?
So what people are doing, it's going viral on TikTok. People are just spreading butter on chopping boards and using that as their kind of meal to serve people when they come to your house. So you have bread and you scrape it on your butterboard. It's just a wooden plank with butter and toppings.
Like a cheese board, but butter board.
Well, that looks interesting. Looks messy, but it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I noticed, is he doing it on his bed? Is this a breakfast in bed thing? And can they use that lubrication for something else, Yeah. I think, very, very creative. You get now more use for food.
Can't get that out of my head. Okay, next one.
Moisturizing your body.
Yes, moisturizer body. Okay, next one. This is noodles and peanut butter.
Yes.
Genius.
Well, I think this is reinventing. There's, like let's say dantan noodles. A lot of noodles, actually have a peanut sauce in it. Okay, so this is nothing new. This is just, adding something, peanut butter, and creating something. This is not even creative.
I love that picture.
Okay.
All right, you're basic. And then the last one we have here. Okay, the last one we have, same guy actually. He's doing Oreos and carrot juice.
What's wrong with that?
I
What's wrong
love
with
that. I
Okay,
don't judge
all right.
weird
I mean,
food
look, first of
combos.
all, the Oreos, got to add that zillion calories, and the carrot juice is healthy for you. So, it's good and bad in the same glass. Okay. So, and I love Oreos, and I drink carrot juice all the time. So, combinations of it, I see nothing wrong. I think he should put it, make a milkshake out of it. I think it's something, I would, put it through a blender or something like that, make a smoothie like an Oreo, because, it's pretty hard to drink that through a straw.
That's so true. And Casey's all in for it.
I cannot say I agree with you, but I appreciate your honesty on it, and it's something I'm going to have to try because if you say it's good,
Well, why don't you agree with me? What's wrong with that?
a carrot juice and the textures are they're too. There's
One
too much
is
contrast
liquid,
in texture.
one is liquid, one
One's
is solid. No,
crunchy.
granted, it's a texture. Okay?
You
It's
need
a
to like
different-
break up the
Don't
Oreo.
hate it till
No,
you
but
even
carrot juice
try
is sweet.
it.
Carrot juice is sweet. Oreo is sweet. I can't see any difference.
Alvin,
if
I
it
am
Ritz
with you.
cracker and carrot juice, that may taste a bit. Cheese whiz, like the cheesy whiz cracker with
Ah,
carrot juice.
very
That would
good.
be worse.
Oh.
That would be worse. Which one would you rather drink?
Cracker.
Oreo with carrot juice or cheese whiz with cheese whiz
I think
cracker?
cheese, but if you tell me Oreos, then I'm going to go with
Okay. You want
Oreos.
cheese
I
whiz
trust your
cracker and
favorite palate more than mine.
Cheese whiz cracker and carrot juice. That's what you prefer that.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
But I'll tell
This
you what.
guy's gonna copy me. He's gonna tomorrow. You're gonna see that you'll see that viral.
The new TikTok
Okay.
trend, not butterboards. The Demon Chef says the new TikTok trend is a cheese whiz cracker and carrot juice. You've heard it here first.
You know what?
That-
It all goes down to the same place. So might as well. You know what I
Why
mean?
not? We appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. That was the Demon Chef. If you want to check out his restaurant, of course, by the way, you're repping it. It is the Demon Duck at Caesar's Palace.
Yes.
And that's it.
Please come. We are having a promotion. That's today, 14. I don't know when you're. Because we're live, aren't we?
We're live.
So
Yeah.
today's a promotion. I brought my protege, the first winner of MasterChef Canada, and we're doing a four hands. Okay, so I got two
wow.
here. There's another two in the kitchen right now. He's up early preparing. Okay?
It's going to be a flavor
Okay.
explosion.
And I can tell you tonight there's going to be carrot juice and some sort of cracker.
Don't tease us. Guys, that is all we have time for. We're back on Monday morning, same time, same place. A massive thank you. Really appreciate it. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me. That was some chaos.